Hmm. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a good day so far. If you're able to stand up, let's stand up and just do a little movement to help us come into the present moment. And Misty, I don't have my headphones in, but I can put them in if the sound isn't good enough when I'm a little bit further away from my computer. So just let me know, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So you can also do this in a chair if you want. And just start to roll the shoulders in one direction. And as you do this, see if you can start to gradually come into the shoulder joints. So maybe you want to close your eyes, make sure your knees are bent and not stiff. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulders, so you've got a nice broad grounded stance. And then switch directions. Might hear some cracking. I know I do. And always, take everything I say as an invitation. If your body, if any movement or invitation isn't good for your body, trust that over any invitation or instruction that I give, body wise, meditation wise, or otherwise. Okay. Shake the hands out, shake the body out a little bit. That feels good. Then we're just going to start doing some circles with our breath. So we're breathing in and breathing out. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. A couple more of those, bending your knees, breathing in. And on this one, see if you can slow down the out breath through the mouth. One more. And on this one, breathing in, feel your feet. Feel your feet solidly planted on the ground. And then slowly breathing out, imagine that the energy is flowing down from your head, through your body, through your torso, past your belly, through your belly and all the organs, down your legs, down into your feet. And then imagine the energy going down into the ground, almost as if your legs, your feet become roots going down through the building into the ground. And actually, let's do one more with that, with imagining the feet as roots going down deep into the earth. So we're breathing in energy from the earth, maybe imagining a natural environment, forest, ocean, breathing it in, and then breathing it through and out, down through the body. And down through your legs, down through your feet and into your roots, and shaking the hands. Taking the hands, and if it feels good to bounce a little bit, you can do that. And then let's just start doing some twisting, some gentle twisting. And again, if you know this is not good for your spine, please don't do it. Some gentle twisting. And arms are loose. Notice that they're kind of just smacking against your back. Activating those kidneys in the back. And really tune into your feet now. If your balance today is good, you might close your eyes and feel those feet rooted into the earth. You might even see those roots again while you're doing this gentle twisting. Just feeling your arms as they gently tap the sides and backs of your body as you're rooted down into the earth. So I'm going to be quiet for a little bit so you can just tune into your own body, feel this motion, get into the motion. Good. Pausing, noticing. Noticing your feet. Imagining a string towards the crown, the back of your head, the top of your head, but towards the back. Just a string pulling up so that your knees are bent, but your spine is elongated. The chin is slightly tucked. And you're just feeling your feet, feeling your body, noticing sensation, noticing what's here today. Breathing with what's here. And invitation to take several deep breaths. And if you'd like an audible sigh with each out breath, or any kind of sound, if you're in a place where you can make whatever sounds you want, breathing in and making sound release. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. No. Now gently rocking from left to right. Just using that gentle swaying movement, very slow. So you're not picking up your feet, you're just shifting weight back and forth. And again, if balance is good today, you might close your eyes so that you can really tune into your feet. Really tune into the feeling of the feet on the ground. Placing a hand on your belly, and as you're swaying back and forth from foot to foot, doing some belly breathing. So you're breathing in and the belly goes out. You exhale and the belly button moves backwards towards the spine. And maybe you want to coordinate this with your feet. So you breathe in when you shift to one foot, and you breathe out when you shift to the other foot. You can do this both through your nose. Maybe you want to put both hands on the belly, just below the belly button. In Qigong, this is the Dantian, the center of your power center. Really feeling the groundedness of this place in your belly as you breathe in, belly goes out. Feeling that belly contract towards the spine with the out breath. If you need to sit, if your feet are hurting, go ahead and do that. If you're okay, continuing to stand, that's fine. But always listen to your body. Always do what your body is needing in any given moment. Don't need to do exactly what I'm doing. And then come to stillness, whether you're sitting or standing, but continue to do this belly breathing, imagining that the bottom of your belly is like the bottom of a vase, and the breath is pouring into the vase so that the belly fills first, and then the ribs expand, and then the upper chest expands with the in-breath. So you're filling the body as if it were a vase with breath instead of water. Belly expands, midsection expands, upper chest expands, and you breathe out, chest softens, mid chest softens, and belly contracts towards the spine. So let's do that several times. And you might even want to move your hands up and down your body to sort of feel that full yogic breath. Whenever you're ready, going at your own pace and breathing in. One more. Great. Pausing and noticing what effect has the practice so far had on you. You can sit down or just notice standing up. Do you feel any different from when we started? Doing any movements you need to do before you come into whatever posture you're going to meditate in, whether that's laying down or could meditate standing, could meditate sitting in a chair or sitting on a cushion or bench, whatever works best for you today. Might feel good to do some standing cat-cow like I'm doing. My spine has been needing this lately. Maybe yours does too. Good. All right, so coming to your meditation posture. And we are going to do just a little bit of toning to, again, help us drop into the body. And the idea with toning, as I've said before, is not the sound you're making or the how good your voice sounds. It's not that at all. It is literally feeling your own vibration, your own frequency within the body, and noticing where you feel each sound. So we're going to start with the sound E, and it's pretty high pitched. To me, when I do it, to my ears, it sounds unpleasant. But when I can get into the vibration of what it feels like in the crown, that you probably will feel it in the crown. So let's just try that. And then what I will probably do after a little bit is mute myself so that you're hearing and feeling just your own frequency, your own vibration. And if you're in like an office setting or you're in a place where you can't make sound, just imagine the sound in your mind. Mantras and sound often have excellent effect even when they are imagined. Okay, so the sound is E, and you're making it's this high pitched E. Let me see if I can do it. E. Again, so I'm feeling a little self-conscious. My voice is not, especially making that sound. I don't love my voice when I do that, but so just name that. And maybe you have some self-consciousness too about this, and it's really okay. I do too. So I will mute myself, and you're gonna be taking deep belly breaths, and then you're gonna make that high-pitched sound of E. I feel it in my head, but see where you feel it. All right, so let's do that probably do it for about a minute. And then I'll come back on, I'll unmute myself and we'll do the next sound. So pausing for a moment, noticing. And then we'll continue with the E sound, but this time, if you can, imagine or that you can sort of point both of your eyes towards this point between your eyes. So you're doing the E sound, you're feeling possibly the vibration in your head, and it's like you're looking up and in with both eyes. So you're kind of like your eyes are closed, but they're cross-eyed and they're pointing towards your third eye as you make the sound. So go ahead and try that. And again, we'll do this a little bit long. We'll do this for about a minute this time. Pausing. Noticing. Notice your entire body after you are toning like this. There maybe you might be able to feel, there's no right or wrong, of course, and there's no right or wrong way to feel, but you may notice the body still kind of vibrating a little bit. It's very subtle. And the longer you tone, like, believe I've heard that like there's benefit with toning if you do it, I want to say 13 minutes, which is a pretty long time, but I think there's benefit with shorter amounts of time. I notice benefit. I notice mood shifts with shorter amounts of time. So let's do another key sound, which is ah. So it's just ah. And see where you feel this vibration, but I feel it in the heart center. I feel that right around here. You may notice it in a different place. Again, there's no right or wrong, but feel the vibration of your own sound, your own frequency. So let's do that together for about a minute, and we'll be back. Pause, feel. Notice if you feel any difference in your heart center. There's an opening or closing, or just different sensations in that area. And one idea is that if I've done this before when I was like really mad, I did ah for like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, just kept going with the ah. And it really shifted. Not that anger is a problem or bad, but it really helped me feel like I came to a place of equilibrium where I could see things more clearly. So ah is a really, really helpful one. I find it really useful. Okay. We'll do one more, and this is the sound of Om. And most of you have probably done this before, but it's just Om. I have a pretty deep voice, so obviously you're going to do it at the pitch that's most comfortable for your voice. All right, so let's do Om for about 1 minute. And remember to breathe into your belly. And then as you tune in, feel where the Om is felt in your own body. Pausing, noticing if the jaw is clenched or tight, softening the face, and just noticing what is here right now in the body. What are you noticing? Seeing what sensation in the body draws your attention, and then stay with that sensation. You may even imagine that you can breathe into a sensation. So you can, especially if it's pain or tightness, we're not trying to change anything or fix it, but we're trying to help that part of the body understand that we're being present with it, that we're allowing it to be as it is. Notice if emotions come up around that, or resistance or judgment, and see if you can welcome all of that as well. So you're allowing your attention to rest in the breath first, and then notice which sensation draws your attention next. You could either just be with your awareness focused on a sensation, or you can literally imagine the breath coming in through your nose, down the back of your throat, and traveling, for example, like to your right knee, if that's the area of sensation that's grabbing or pulling your attention most strongly. And then maybe you stay with the breath and the knee the foot or the shoulder or whatever, stomach. Or maybe it feels better to place a hand on the area of sensation. So we're just going to experiment with this together for the next several minutes, just seeing if we can stay with somatic or bodily sensation. And when thoughts come in, when emotions come in, we don't push them away. We notice them, we see them, acknowledge them. Oh, there's a thought. You might even name that in your mind. Or you might notice that there's an emotion attached to the body sensation. So you're kind of feeling both then. And then, but especially with thoughts, we're allowing the thought to be there. We're not pushing it away. We're not grabbing onto it. And then we're moving our awareness back to the sensation, back to the breathing into the sensation, or the feeling of a hand on that body part, and you can do any kind of movement you want. See if there's a specific type of movement. If today is really a tender day for you, maybe you want to place both hands around your body and grab onto your upper arms and squeeze them and kind of do this twisting motion, this kind of like soothing, twisting motion. So that's if you're having like a tender, vulnerable day, and otherwise just follow your own sensation. All right, I'm going to be quiet now so that you can go into your own experience of somatic sensation. Noticing where your awareness is now, coming back to the body, back to the breath. So when you realize that you're caught in a thought train, you've been thinking for several minutes and the body and the breath are just completely out of your awareness, no worries at all. This is how it goes. This is how meditation works. This is how the mind works. So just allow that to be true and begin again by breathing into sensations in the body. Or, if you're at a place where you're just wanting to stay with your breath, that's fine too. Or if you're someone who really, you've noticed that using the breath as your object of focus doesn't work well for you, use a part of the body as your object of focus. Really tuning into the sensation of like a hand or a foot or the base of your spine. And we're not making thoughts bad. And in fact, you can be having thoughts and still be aware of breath and or body. So see for the next several minutes if you can notice how that's true, that there can be thoughts floating through and your awareness can still be with breath and body. So they're just sort of in the background, and then maybe the thought comes into the foreground and you forget about your breath or your body. And again, you with gentleness, with as much kindness as you can, because we're not doing this to be perfect. You didn't fail if your mind wanders. That's just how it works. That's normal. So let's practice together in this way for a few more minutes. Notice breath. Notice your feet. Notice your hands. Notice your seat. And then notice your heart space. And I just want to invite you to give yourself some sort of gesture of self compassion or care or love. And it might be, wrapping your arms around yourself, doing that little arm squeeze where you sway, like I'm doing now. If that feels good. And there may be voices that say, I don't deserve self love or self compassion or care. That's okay. Let those voices be there. But I'd still invite you to do the action. And maybe it's hands on your face or one hand, maybe on your forehead, or maybe a hand on your heart. Or maybe it's no movement, but just the idea of breathing in care, breathing in a felt sense of, I'm doing my best. It's not perfect. And maybe I'm not even doing my best right now, but I'm still going to give myself a little bit of care and self compassion, or maybe a lot, whatever you feel you're able to do. That's the invitation. And we'll complete our meditation together today with 3 ohms. And again, really tune into the frequency, tune into the vibration in your own body as the ohm moves through your body. So we'll breathe in, and in a moment, when we breathe out, we'll do the sound of ohm, and we'll do that 3 times. Breathing in. Om. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. You might imagine that the energy that we've co-created spiraling up from where you're sitting and up and out and spreading out everywhere, helping to bring some compassion and care to all the beings in the world. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up.